I hate it. It's like so scary.
I know.
It's weak. It's really weak. It's like I I could very well be 15 next week, but I don't want to push it because there's no reason. There's no bonus. So I'm just kind of like hanging back because it makes me really nervous to push because I've been all the way to 12 and fell to 7. So
Yeah.
I just like had this conversation with Lori, and we were talking about it, and we're like, it's just too scary.
Mhm.
Go wrong. But thank you. I'm trying to stay positive.
Stay positive. Focus on the positive part.
I know. I was so happy in my sweet little sweet spot of 10-star. I'm just like, it's good. Nothing to worry about.
You'll be good. I know you'll do it.
We'll see. I'm excited.
That's awesome.
Okay, so it takes people a few minutes to start getting on, or for it to show that people are watching. I only see one viewer, but sometimes it pops from 1 to 40 or 1 to 30.
That's awesome.
We'll see.
So is it like recording us right now?
Yeah, it's live. It's recording.
Oh.
But I won't actually really start until I see the ticker go up a little bit because there's no point in okay, there we go. It went up. Cool. All right, let's get started. All right, everybody, welcome to tonight's Inspire Empire team call. As you can see, I have a special guest in the corner who will pop up on the screen in a second, Meg Kozlowski, and I'm not going to try to pronounce her new last name. But her Beachbody maiden name is Meg Kozlowski, and I'm going to introduce Meg in just a second and have her come on and talk. I know all of you guys are super, super amped to listen and hear from Meg, so I am excited to hear what she has to share with us about building a team. First, I'm going to run through team announcements. I want this call to fly by, be done, everybody ready to rock and hit Success Club. Because so we'll wrap up hopefully in like 30 to 45 minutes because I know everybody is scrambling. Some of you guys are. So with that being said, last 2 days to achieve Success Club, guys. It's the 26th. This is a short month. I woke up yesterday and went, wait a second, we don't have till the 31st. And I kept saying we have till the 31st, but we have 2 days left. So get to listening to that webinar I sent you guys, and the National Wake Up recording I sent many of you guys of Amber Scott from last year on achieving those last few Success Club Success Club points and getting those last few people on board. It's a great, great, great recording because it really does help you think about those ways to really close the deal, I guess you can say, or land somebody. Get them going forward, pursuing that yes. So I pinned to the top of the team page a GoFundMe account for a team member. I'm not going to say who this team member is. They prefer to remain anonymous, but she is battling a life-threatening disease. She just found out she's pregnant. This pregnancy is causing a lot of issues in her life. She can't work. She's bedridden. And the pregnancy is fatal for her and the baby. And so with all of the medical, and so I want to elaborate why this is why I'm asking you guys to donate $1, $5, $10, whatever you can find in your heart to donate. I'm asking you guys to reach down and find some part of your commission from today that you can give. She can't work. She can't pay her bills. And the medical bills and whatever it is that's going on to help this coach is piling up. So if you guys can, I've pinned it to the top of the team page. Go ahead and do what you can to donate. Every dollar counts. If every person on the team donated $1, that'd be $2,500. If everyone on the team donated $5, it'd be huge. So please, please, please think about what you can do to help this girl out. She is a really big sweetheart and has helped many of you guys out. You don't know it, but she has. So next, I'd like to congratulate Andrea McNair for achieving diamond in her business today, and Heather Tucker for achieving diamond in her business today as well. Both coaches signed up with me in the summer and have been rocking their business and very consistent in Success Club, and super motivating, and just really excited for those two girls. So congratulations. Also congratulations to, I hope I'm saying this, Kristen Camacho. I think I said that right. Congratulations for achieving diamond today as well, underneath Alora Carrier and Jamie Hance. So great job, ladies. Okay, so that's it for my announcements. I'm going to have Meg come on. Briefly, I'll tell you about Meg. Meg is a 16-star combined diamond coach. That means Meg has helped 16 coaches in her team directly beneath her achieve diamond rank. In fact, one of my good friends here in Michigan is sponsored by Meg. Her name's Missy Hacker, and she's a 10-star diamond. Meg is a 3-time elite coach and a top 10 coach from 2013. She is a mama to a fur baby and recently married to Kirk. And again, I will not try to pronounce his last name. I'm really excited about this, guys, because when I got signed up as a coach, as you all know, we are like great grandbabies of Janelle Summers. And so when I got started under Leslie Cordes, I went looking for other successful coaches in the network, and I of course went and looked for Janelle, and then I found Meg, and I instantly started following Meg since the day I signed up. And a lot of coaches will use the term mentorship from afar, and that's what I did. I don't know if Meg doesn't know this, but I like stalked her and learned from Meg about how she was growing her business, and just kicking butt. I remember when I went to Summit, I heard that Meg went from 1-star diamond all the way to 10-star diamond in a matter of months, and I was like, ah! So I started following her and just super inspired by her health journey, her fitness journey. And so if you guys could all go follow, don't add as a friend, go follow. I think we can all appreciate that. Go follow Meg, click the follow button, and just get some mentorship from afar. So with that being said, I'm going to have Meg come on and share with us about how to build a stellar team, and I will mute myself. Take it away. Thank you.
Do anything, or
nope, you're good.
I don't have to click anything? So my head's big right now? Okay, awesome. Well, guys, I am so honored to be on this call with Anita. You know, it was funny when I had met you for the first time at Leadership. I was just like, you are the cutest thing ever. And I think you had told me that you had been watching me. And I'm like, to me, that's still, like, so crazy because I'm, you know, Toledo's not a small town, but I'm a very, like, introvert. My poor husband, because he's an extrovert. You know, I have a very small circle of friends, and so like it's crazy when you hear that. You know, I've been watching you, and it's like, well, I'm just a normal person, but it's still, you know, it means a lot. It means a lot. So I would love to connect with you guys as well. And like Anita said, I just recently got married in October, you know, 4 months ago. But I want to kind of give you guys a little bit of background, and I'll do it quickly. From where I started, because I think it's very important to hear where I started, because a lot of people, when they see me, they think that I was just this rock star from the get-go and that I just took off with my business and, you know, like Anita said, went from, you know, 1-star to 11-star or whatever. It is not that case. Okay, I actually signed up as a coach in 2009. I was 23 years old, and I signed up as a discount coach. And I had 30 pounds to lose. At that point, I had already lost 15 of the pounds. And Janelle Summers was like, Meg, you would be a great coach. And I had no interest whatsoever being a coach. I wanted the discount on Shakeology because I was super broke. And I was going to school full-time for my master's in public health nutrition. I just finished my degree in nutrition. And so my end goal was to become a registered dietitian. And, you know, to work, my end goal was to work with some kind of sports team, to be like their dietitian, which we all know that's a very hard job to get, especially when you live in Toledo, Ohio, and there is literally no big sports teams around Toledo. I think I could do like the Mud Hens, which is like our minor league baseball, but I think I have the better side of it. But anyway, so I started out just as a discount coach. And I think it's important to know that because 5.5 years into the business, I've been able to grow, a large team, a successful team, but it didn't start from the beginning. And I think there might be some people on this call that maybe didn't start from the beginning, and you think, I'm so behind, I cannot catch up with Anita, or I cannot catch up with whoever you're comparing yourself to, and you can. It's up to you to start tomorrow. Okay, or start tonight. I know Anita was saying that you're shooting for Success Club right now. Whatever you put your mind to, you can do. So tonight, I'm going to be talking to you guys about, creating a stellar team, like Anita said, and why running challenge groups are the bread and butter of your business and building your team. You might see me glance over because I want to make sure I don't miss any points. But, I also want to talk to you guys about setting up a monthly recruiting plan for your business, okay? So, like I said, I started in '09, and I really didn't believe I could do it. I didn't believe I had anything to offer to people. Yeah, I had my degree in nutrition, but I had the worst self-esteem ever. And I'd failed at like pretty much everything up until that point in my life. I had an awesome degree in nutrition from a good school, but I just got by B's and C's. I think I literally got a D in accounting because I hate numbers, and it was like intro to accounting. So if any of you guys are accountants, like, I praise you because I hate numbers. I see numbers and I run the other way. But, so with that, as well as just not ever being good at sports, like I said, I was never at the top of my class or anything like that. I'm the baby of 3 girls, and my sister started having babies very quickly, and, after they got married, and I just kept, kind of getting overshadowed by that. And I needed something in my life, something positive. And that's where my first tip comes in. Tip number 1, you have to have a growth mindset to be successful in this business. Now, what I mean by that is there's 2 different types of mindsets that you can have. You can have a fixed mindset, or you can have a growth mindset. Fixed mindset is where you're looking at all of the failures you've had in your past. We all have things that have happened in the past that need to stay in the past, okay? They should not be affecting you now, and I know it's hard to say that and actually play it out, but they have to stay in the past. With a fixed mindset, you're focusing on all those failures and why you will never succeed. You're looking at all the people around you who are doing well, and it's making you feel this big, okay? Because you're saying, I could never get to where that person is. That's the kind of mindset you need to shift yourself out of. Yeah, we all get caught up in it sometimes, Sometimes on Thursdays when all of those recognition are going through, it's like, oh, what am I doing wrong? That's where you have to switch your mindset to the growth mindset. The growth mindset is where you are getting inspired by those other people. You are, learning from those other people. You are looking at the things that you have failed in your past life, and you are learning from it. I always tell my coaches, we have the best avenue to be successful because on social media, you can post something, and if it doesn't go well, just delete it. Who cares what 5 people saw it? Delete it. No one has to see you put it up. And it's not really a failure. It's just a learning experience, right? So make sure that you are focusing on that. Someone with this mindset sets hairy, scary goals. I call them hairy, scary goals with my team. And, for instance, Anita, she had the goal to be in the top 10. That is a scary goal. That is a scary, scary goal. I remember when, I was shooting for it the first time in 2011. And I had no idea what the heck I was doing, but I knew that I wanted to do it, and I finished number 11, which is still amazing, but I liked it because it pushed me out of my comfort zone, and you see a lot of coaches talk about it. You cannot build your business inside your comfort zone. You have to be pushing outside of it. So how does recruiting tie into all of this and building your team and your business? You have to have the kind of mindset to be able to put yourself out there and just be you. Okay? You have to be yourself. Everything that you see on social media from me is me. I told myself when I started doing well with this business, I refuse to be anyone but myself. If you followed me, I put a very, very vulnerable post up yesterday that just kind of hit me, and I thought, if I can help other people, I can do that. And what I did is, you know, if you look at my page, it's a picture of me. I had been bawling my eyes out, and I had one tear dripping down. And I cannot tell you how many people responded to that post and, you know, messaged me and said that I touched them. And that is me pushing myself out of my growth mindset, you know, or towards the growth mindset, because that is not something that is comfortable to do, to show people that you're being so vulnerable that you have a tear on your face, you know. And, you know, just look at the post, it'll make sense. But, you know, you have to be yourself. You have to get comfortable with that. The first time you put that vulnerable post out there, it's going to feel really uncomfortable. It's going to be, you know, awkward. You're going to get nervous. You might start sweating. But it's going to be so worth it, because you're going to be helping so many people, okay? It's not a skill that a lot of us have. You know, Anita is very real and honest and genuine in her posts. And you guys being on her team, you probably are as well. But if you don't have that as just a natural thing, you can adopt it through, you know, personal development and watching other leaders, okay? Just become yourself. So like I said, you know, I started in 2009. It took me 7 months to really get into this business, and I made my first check 7 months into the business, guys. So think of how many weeks went by with zero, nothing, okay? And it's not that I wasn't doing the right things every single day. Like I said, I was a discount coach, but I was also talking to people, but I was being that creepy, salesy person, you know? And to be able to build to your business, you cannot be that person who is posting your link on people's sites. You know, I see some of those, you know, other companies, not Beachbody, but, you know, just posting their link everywhere, and that's not going to attract the right people to you. So, you know, fast forward 6 years into the business, and my business is literally a week away from being $1 million business, which makes me want to throw up hearing that. But, you know, Jeremy Redhead texted me, and it's because of the things that I'm going to tell you guys that I've done. And like I said, I didn't start out strong. And it took me about 2.5 years to really click with the business. So for all of you guys who are brand new coaches, or you've maybe been a coach for a couple months or a year or so, you can be so much farther from where I am right now if you just start doing those little things every single day that Anita, you know, obviously tells you to do. You know, the first 2 years from 2011 and 2012 were not is good because we didn't have challenge groups. And this is where my tip number 2 comes into. You've got to be running monthly challenge groups and giving it your all in there, okay? I've had times where, you know, I remember my first challenge group, some of my best friends actually on my team were in that group, and I was very honest and real, and as brand new coaches, you know, do this, say, this is my first group I've ever run by myself. And I'm just going to tell you, I may mess up, and I want your opinion, and I want you to know that I'm here for you, but, you know, I'm learning right along with you. You know, don't pretend like you know everything, okay? And don't just copy and paste things in there from a challenge group template. Don't do that. You know, I remember we had Anita on our call, on our team webinar, and she talked about how she does videos every single day into her groups. That is awesome, because then your challenge groups know that they are getting you that day. They are getting a genuine you and whatever's on your mind and whatever, you know, they're talking about the group and they're struggling with. If you have the time to do that, awesome. If not, put together a post maybe the night before that you want to put up there. You know, my challenge groups are never the same because I'm the kind of person that I feel guilty if I keep it the same. I'm like, you know what, they paid good money to be in a group with me. I want to make sure that I'm impacting their life and I'm supporting them and they're feeling like they're in a safe environment. So what would keep you from trying to lose weight? You know, what do you struggle with? Share that in your groups. You've got to dig deep with them. I know that's a Shanti thing, but I totally didn't mean to do that. You just got to dig deep and really, you know, connect with them and get to know them and their struggles, because your challengers are the ones that are going to see the results. And they're the ones that are going to become your most successful coaches, because especially right from the gate, because they get it, because they have those results, and because they have that belief in Beachbody. I mean, they're the walking billboards for Beachbody, right? We all know once you have that first weight loss with Beachbody, it's like that's all you can talk about. I feel so bad for my family at like family events because, you know, I'm always like, you know, as soon as they start talking to me, I can't shut up about Beachbody. And I'm like, oh, God, I sound like a broken record. Not that I'm selling to them, but they're like, so how is your life? And I'm like, well, this is what my team's doing, and this is what my challenge groups are doing. And they're like, oh, Megan, you know, it just becomes your life. And, you know, some of you might be like, whoa, like maybe you shouldn't be doing that. But it does become a big part of your life. Obviously, I have a puppy that I'm surprised she's not running in here right now. She was in here right before I hopped on. She's actually pretty cute if you guys don't ever see my pictures of her. So she might come running in. But, you know, I have other things in my life besides Beachbody. Okay, so, you know, you're going to be helping them through stressful lifetime events, obviously, through 3 weeks. People have things come up. They get sick. They have whatever, you know, work things, stuff like that. You're going to be helping them through that, and you want to be open about what you're going through as well. You know, one of the things I have my challengers do every single week is post something in their profile page about how the challenge group is helping them some way in their life, okay? I don't say you get points for this or whatever. Sometimes I do, but I usually just say I would love to see a post, you know, that you put up and tag me in it, you know, something that really touches you. And that's when you can see who is going to be a good coach on your team, okay? I connect with my customers, like 2 or 3 times a week, and I just shoot them a personal message. And, you know, so we're building that relationship outside of the group, and I'm saying, hey, how are things going? We're on day 11, or we're on day 18. What's going on? How's your nutrition? How's your Shakeology? How are the workouts? What can I help you with? You know, I just connect with them. We build that relationship, and then I notice they start commenting on a lot of my posts, and they're getting even more into the group, and that's a coach, you know, and then that's genuine when you're able to say to that person, you are doing amazing in this group. Do you see the results that you're getting? I bet people are commenting. I bet your friends are noticing, and they're like, yeah, I do have a lot of people asking me what I'm doing. Well, you should totally be a coach, and then you can help more people do that as well. So that's how you're building your stellar team. You're connecting with these people. You're building that relationship with them, and they're trusting you, you're trusting them. I always, you know, I had a coach that signed up a couple years ago that came up with this, this idea. But coaching is like dating, okay? You are trying people out. You know, think about the first time you went on a date with someone other than your spouse. You know, and you're asking the questions, you're trying to figure out if that person is a good fit for you. Obviously, the person wasn't, right, because they're your ex. But then you have your husband or your wife or whoever, and you realize there's something there. That's what you have to be thinking about with these coaches that you're signing up as your stellar team. You don't want to just sign up everyone and their mom. It drives me crazy when people are like, I signed up 1 million coaches in a month, and I'm like, how are you keeping track of that? Did you really have that strong of a relationship with that person? And not that, you know, you can't sign a ton of coaches, but for me personally in my business, I want to have that relationship. I want to know that they trust me and they have me. You know, I don't want them to get lost in the shuffle of a ton of people signing up. So make sure that you are really, not that you have to be selective of who's on your team, you know, but you want to make sure that you have that relationship with them because they're going to be on your team, right? And they're going to be on your team forever because you're going to be coached forever. So tip number 3. You want to make sure that you're setting up monthly recruiting plans, okay? So this is my exact idea laid out. And I know you guys get the calendar from Anita. I mean, my team, like, loved that. That's actually what she did her call on. And they're all doing the calendars and stuff like that. For me personally, I always run a coach sneak peek at the beginning of my month. Okay, the first 5 days are my coach sneak peek. And so at the end of the month, I'm talking to all of my challenge group participants that have just got through the 3-week program and adding them into that coach sneak peek. You know, if they didn't, you know, first initially say yes, once I'm like, hey, you should be a coach. And they're like, oh, I kind of want some more information. I add them into that coach sneak peek, okay? So I have that first week mapped out, and I know that I have to be talking to a ton of people about coaching because, you know, I don't want to show up to a coach sneak peek and not have anyone to really have in there, you know? So you want to make sure that you're focusing on that the first week. And then the third week of the month, I do every Tuesday, like clockwork, I do a what is coaching call. You know, some teams do them every single week. For me, that's just too much. I can't keep it organized in my head. So I do one every single month, and, you know, I connect with another coach who has a different story for me, usually someone who is a mom, because unfortunately I'm not a mom yet. So I want them to be able to hear that story and, you know, obviously hear from me, who I started out not married and pretty young. So, you know, having that in the third week, what happens is if you're focusing on talking to people about coaching 2 weeks out of the month, you're going to be talking to a lot of people about coaching and keeping that mindset of that recruiting. I hate the word recruiting, but, you know, adding people to your team, because 2 weeks out of the month, that's awesome. I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to think about, like, for some reason, when I think about talking to someone about coaching just cold turkey, it just makes me anxious. You know, like I said, I have to have that relationship with the person. So that's why it works out perfectly for me, because my challenge groups end right before that. And I've already built that strong relationship with people. And yeah, I might put a, you know, what is coaching post up on my page, but those are also people who I've been connecting to either in 5-day flea meeting groups, or they've been in past challenge groups, or they've just been watching me. Which is good to do. So make sure that you're focusing on at least 2 weeks out of your month that you're focusing on recruiting, okay? And I start talking to people about the coach sneak peek, like I said, the week before, so the end of the month, every single month. You want to have that kind of schedule, and I know Anita has that for you guys, but if it doesn't flow for you, I have coaches who have taken my calendar and they've revamped the whole thing. You know, I have some coaches who want to hit Success Club that first month. That's their main focus. So they just revamped the whole calendar and made it work for them, and then just follow it, you know, because then you know what to focus on. And you want to keep things, like I usually recruit, like I said, I hate the word recruit, but I usually talk to people about coaching like 3 or 4 days before that group starts, so that it's fresh in their head. You know, I don't want to do it 2 weeks or a week before, because people might forget. And we're coaches, we love Facebook, we totally see when someone adds us to a group, right? Because we're all over our notifications. Other people are not like that. If you ask them 2 weeks before, they might forget by the time you actually put them in the group, and they're like, done. You know, they're already over the group. So you want to do it 3 or 4 days when it's still fresh in their heads, okay? And like I said, if you look at it drawn out, you're focusing on talking to people about coaching half the month. You know, that's a lot of time to be building relationships. And obviously on week, you know, 2 and 4, you're really focusing on building those relationships, adding people to your network. You know, whatever your avenue is. I have people on Pinterest. I have people on Instagram. I have people on Facebook. You know, whatever you feel good with, run with it. Okay? And then tip number 4. You want to make sure that you're having the mentality to talk to people about coaching, okay? And I want everyone on this call to think back about when you signed up as a coach. What was your why? Was it financial? Was it physical? Was it that you just needed somewhere to belong? You know, for me, I just wanted something positive. I had moved back to Toledo, Ohio with my parents, and I was broke as a joke, and I didn't have any friends that had moved back to Toledo. Like, my best friends from high school still lived in Washington and Arizona and Michigan, and it was just me, you know, and I had to start from scratch, didn't know my husband. We didn't meet till years later. But, you know, obviously that started out as something, and hopefully your why has transformed into something deeper now, you know, something that you've seen as possible with coaching. I mean, your upline definitely shows you what's possible with coaching. You know, you always hear that coaching is such a pyramid scheme and blah, 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 blah. Anita and I are both living proof then it is not a pyramid scheme. You know, I've seen people below me pass me in income. I've seen me pass people above me in income. That's the opposite of what a pyramid scheme is. It's whatever you really put into it. And, you know, with your why, you have to make sure it's a why that makes you cry. A lot of coaches talk about that. It took me a while to finally grasp that concept. And the reason that it's important for having the coaching, you know, mentality, the mindset to talk to people about coaching is because what sells is stories, okay? They always say that stories sell. It's true. When people hear your story, they're going to connect with it. Not everyone. You know, there's going to be some people, you know, who might defriend you. There might be some people who, you know, just totally don't get it. But the ones who matter, the ones when you go back to that dating idea, the ones that you want to get close to, they're going to be attracted to that. Those whys are going to be the things that get you through the ups and downs in this business, because it is not a business that you go straight up. Okay, there's a lot of this, you know, a lot of up and down rank, up and down. You might kill it in Success Club one month, and then the next month you've got 0. For me, last year I had hit Success Club 10 and higher every single month, and the month before, or I mean the year before, I had done the same, but I think there was one month, it was October, that I had missed it. And it was around the time that I broke my wrist, and like I hit Success Club 5 or something, and I was so stressed out about it. And then the next year came, and I was like, I was getting married this past October. I'm like, I'm not going to let that happen. I'm not going to let it happen. And it happened. It happened again. And, you know, it's ups and downs, guys. It's something that you look back and you're like, that's silly. It was a goal I set for myself. Of course I missed it. But you know what? I'm not going to let it bring me down. I'm going to keep going, you know, because this business, you know, I would take the hardest day in this business over what I was doing before. For those of you that don't know, I was working at a local YMCA as an exercise manager, and I hated it. I thought I was going to love it because I got to work out all the time and talk to people about fitness, but I hated it. I had a lot of negative older women coming and complaining about stuff, and I hated it. I hated having someone telling me what to do. That's why coaching is so amazing. You get to do everything from your house. You get to, you know, be fully fulfilled. You get to grow physically, emotionally, spiritually, financially. I mean, my spiritual life like took off just from being around other coaches. What other job can you say that about? You know, think about what you do. You have the ability to help other people transform their lives. You are a life changer. What other job can you say that about? I mean, that you can rarely say that. If you think about what you got your degree in, could you say, yeah, I change people's lives every single day? No, you know, why wouldn't you want to share that with someone else? You know, with that mentality, I think a lot of things that block people from talking to people about coaching is that we're scared that we're going to come across salesy. That is the first thing that I have new coaches talk to me about, you know. So how do I avoid being salesy? Just be yourself. Just be yourself. It goes back to, you know, earlier what I was talking about. If you're being yourself and you think about that person first and your message second, you know, you hear a lot of coaches say that and corporate say that, you will never come across salesy, okay? You've got to look around and see all of the changes that you are doing, all of the lives that you are changing, you know, just you doing what you're doing, just what you're posting. I mean, there's people who are watching you, you know, constantly. You might feel like, especially if you're a brand new coach and you might have just started a like page and you're not getting anyone commenting or liking on your stuff, and it's really frustrating. Stick with it, because a couple months now, someone's going to come to you and say, because of you, because of what you're posting, I'm inspired. You know, we're not just a company that makes people money. If we were, then we wouldn't be growing as fast as we are now. I mean, how many coaches are signing up every single week? How many people are rank advancing? You know, it's just not possible. We're a company that's changing millions of people's lives. Is that not crazy? Like, is that not crazy that we're changing people's lives? And, like, who in your life can you think about that you would like to help them have a better life? You know, I can think about 3 people. At least 3 people that I would love to just transform their life and bring them into coaching. And 2 of them I have. The third one might take a little bit. But I'm seeing the changes. You know, for instance, hopefully my sister doesn't watch this, but I signed up my sister Corinne, my oldest sister, one of my best friends. She's 7 years older than me, so she's kind of like a mom figure, but she signed up in 2011. And I said, don't worry, I'll help you with your business, you know. And she didn't really do anything with it. And she had 2 babies, and just recently she lost her job. And she said, Meg, I want to give coaching a try. I'm getting chills thinking about this. And just seeing what has happened, you know, she's running a 21-day fix extreme with me group. Seeing the positivity that's coming out of her, seeing the joy that she's getting out of coaching, and she's connecting with other coaches, and you know, she's an introvert like me too. That's transforming her life, and she's starting to make money for the first time in the business, and you know, she's seeing a lot of awesome you know, things change. She's got on a cup team, which holy moly, we have like 2 days left of the cup. Wow. But, you know, she's finally seeing the big picture, you know. So when you're talking to people about coaching and they say no, that's normal, you guys. Usually people that don't know what coaching is and they can't grasp it, they say no. It's like the uneducated people about what coaching really is, they say no because they don't get it. But once they get it, once they watch you and they see what you're able to do, they'll be back. You know, I have, and I'm sure Anita can say this, and so many of you can probably say this too, when you have people who you've talked to about coaching, a couple months later they come back. I mean, I have some girls who just recently in the last couple months signed up that we talked about coaching 5 years ago. 5 years ago when I was that creepy, salesy coach, you know, and obviously they said no because I was a creepy, salesy coach. But now they've watched me over the past 5.5 years, and they've seen what I'm able to do, and they've come back. Okay, so next time you hear a no, don't think, oh, no, I got another no. Think about it as, okay, I planted a seed. I'm going to write their name down. I'm going to connect with them again in a couple weeks. The next time I have a coach sneak peek group, or the next time Anita does a what is coaching call, or what you do a what is coaching call, they'll be back. They will definitely back. So do you see the big picture yet? Do you see the big picture yet? Do you see what is possible with building a stellar team and just being yourself? You know, I wish that there was something that I could just write down, a whole blueprint of this is exactly step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4 to build a stellar team. But there isn't, okay? It has to be a decision that you make. I was thinking about this earlier. It has to be a decision that you make, and you jump both feet forward, you know, into the water. And you say, I'm doing this. You know, when I decided I wanted to quit my full-time job at the end of 2011, I was 24 years old, and like I said, baby of 3 girls, very, very protected by my parents my whole entire life. And when I told them that I wanted to quit my full-time job, they like freaked out. They're like, no, and I wasn't even making very much of that business at my full-time job at all. But just the idea of not having a solid 9 to 5, especially my first full-time job, they were like, what are you doing, you know? But I made that decision. I jumped both feet first, and I said, I'm doing this. I'm going to do it. I'm going to see how many people I can talk to. And I didn't go about it as, like I said, creepy, salesy. I shared myself, okay? And I put it out there that I wanted to build my team, and I wanted to have these people in my life that were uplifting and supportive and wanting to change other people's lives. And when you put that out there to the universe or God or whoever you're talking to, it happens. It's crazy, but it happens. You have to fully believe it, but it happens, okay? So with me and everything in the past 5.5 years and, you know, building my team, am I perfect? Heck no, you know, like I don't even have any makeup on, you guys. I'm definitely not perfect. And do I fall flat on my face? Absolutely, you know, probably on a daily basis. I actually fell down the stairs a couple days ago, if you didn't say that. I'm definitely not perfect, but I decide to get back up every single time I fall because I'm a life changer, and you are too. You know, there's people who are relying on you. So what about you? Do you accept that job responsibility? Do you accept the job responsibility to be a life changer? Hopefully after this call you do. And I would love to see you guys, post something on your page with the hashtag I'm a life changer. Just whatever. I'm a life changer. Put it on Facebook, put it on Instagram. I would love to see it. I will definitely look on there, comment and like on it, because that's stuff that I like to see, because I think when you can fully grasp that you're not a salesperson, you're not. It drives me crazy when people say that about coaching. Yes, we do sell programs, but we're selling a lifestyle, and you're selling yourself, okay? So you're a life changer. And once you fully embrace that, your business will take off. You're going to build a stellar team, but you have to embrace that first, okay? And if you haven't read You Are a Badass, you need to read that book ASAP, because that will definitely give you that mentality. So that's about everything I wanted to go over tonight.
Okay, am I unmuted?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I'm like over here taking a gazillion notes. You know what's funny? I'm supposed to be on the National Wake Up Call next week on on everything that you're talking about.
No way.
This is God's work, because this whole day I've been going, I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. And you get on and I'm like, she's saying what I need to say.
That's awesome. That is definitely a sign.
I should message Sandy back and be like, Meg should get on, not me.
No. You earned that. I would love to listen to it. Are you excited?
I am. I've done it before, and it was so scary.
Oh, it is nerve-wracking. Yeah.
You've been on. I've heard you on there. But yeah, thank you so much. All of this stuff is really, really, really great stuff to hear. And it's, there's a lot of things, even in 2.5 years, almost 3 years in, that, just need reminders of, for sure. Because you get
up right when I first started really working in the business. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I feel like an old mom.
What's that?
I feel like an old coach, man. 5.5 years.
Oh my gosh, no way. No, I mean, and we all have that, like, the start date and then the start date, right? So everyone has a different journey, Absolutely. And I think it's amazing what you've done. Did you just say you're going to be Millionaires Club next week?
Yeah, that's crazy to me. I know, that's crazy. So you don't have to be 15 star to hit that, or take off right from the get-go.
Not at all.
The cool thing about the way that Beachbody is set up is it's all your team. I don't take credit for any of that. It's all about what my team has been able to do over the past 5.5 years, which is really cool.
Do you mind if I ask how old you are now? So you started when you were 23.
I'm 28. I just turned 28 2 weeks ago.
So you're going to be a millionaire, and you're not even 30. That is so inspiring. That is really, really cool.
Well, thank you.
That's excellent. Well, thank you so much.
No problem.
All right, everybody. Yeah, go follow Meg. I don't even know how else to elaborate, because this stuff is so good. I'm going to go back and read over my notes for sure. So, yes, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Again, I owe you big time. Thank you. All right. Have a great night, everybody. One last announcement. I forgot to tell everybody that you probably all saw on the team page and on my Facebook, but Eric and I and Scarlett are moving to Austin, Texas in 3 weeks. So for those of you who are in Grand Rapids or Central Region, I will forever miss you, and I will be back every 3 months, I promise. And I don't want you guys to think I'm abandoning you. Like, I'm not peacing out. I will be back. But yeah, warmer climate. We're done in the cold. I'm sure you can understand, Meg. So, all right. Thank you so much. Everybody have a great night. Oh my gosh, it's 8:45. We did it. Awesome. Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.